Why should you be interested in entitlement? Well, as you probably know, if you've been following RSD for any length of time, I came up in San Francisco. I started doing this stuff in 2002. And, coming up in San Francisco was a bit of a different experience than coming up in, say, Los Angeles, the city of, fake titties and real assholes, as we like to call it. It's not exactly known for its massive population of cocktail dress wearing models. Exactly. It's a bit more on the green peas and granola tip, if you know what I mean.
Really, how you doing?
So I got really good in the environment up there. I was really good at pulling, doing my game, et cetera, et cetera. However, when I then say travel to Los Angeles, Las Vegas, or even here in South Beach, I noticed that there was a different caliber of women, and for some odd reason that I couldn't quite figure out, my game, which was so stellar back home, all of a sudden now dropped to these kind of like abysmal levels, at least what I would consider abysmal levels. But an interesting thing happened. I remember when I was staying back at the old Project Hollywood back in LA, after about a week there, I noticed that my success kind of started to come back more in line to what I was accustomed to. And I only realized later that this was because I was experiencing a shift in my sense of entitlement. And that's why a boot camp, this alumni, this 5-day romp, as Owen likes to call it, here in South Beach, can really, really pay dividends for you. I see this happen with a lot of guys, not just myself. So this is how I know it's a universally applicable principle. Say, for example, one of my assistants in San Francisco, a guy who on the forums goes by the name of Powerhouse. This is a kid from a rural college, frat boy from a rural college. And he'd never really been to the big city before. So when he first started assisting with me, he had a lot of difficulty. Well, after an extended period of time in that environment, he then went back to his old, school started up again. He returned to his college. And I called him recently and I was like, how's your success been, man? And his words were actually, butter chicken. And I was like, what does that mean? And he elaborated. He said, well, it kind of feels like, Jeff, that I've been training with the Yankees, and now I've gone back to play on a little league team, or even a t-ball team. That's where they don't even pitch it. They just set it up on a tee and just hack away at it. What I want you to envision is, experiencing the level of success you're experiencing right now, coming on this program, going back to your old hometown environments, your old hometown bars and clubs that you usually go to, and no longer seeing it as even remotely challenging, but rather now seeing it like a child's video game. Maybe a little like a video game you used to play when you were a kid that was really difficult. You play it now, it seems facile and ridiculous, and you just breeze through it and totally destroy it. That is the kind of change we're talking about here.